Nice day. Today is Wednesday, 5th of June 2024. This day is famous for the celebration of World Environment Day. It is celebrated annually on 5 June to put a spotlight on environmental challenges of our time. World Environment Day 2024 focuses on the land restoration, stopping desertification, and building drought resilience. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is the global host of this year's edition. From the history point of view, what happened in India, June 5, 1973, MS Golwalkar Guruji, the famous Hindi nationalist leader, passed away. He was the second Sarsang Chalak chief of RSS, Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh. So, starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper, The Hindu states that election results 2024, BJP achieves a landslide victory in the Lok Sabha election in Odisha. BJP supporters celebrate the parties led in the Odisha Assembly and Lok Sabha election results in the Bhubaneswar on Tuesday, securing a winnable lead in 19 out of the 21 seats. Odisha BJP makes a critical contribution to the party's national tally. The BJP on Tuesday achieved a landslide victory in the Lok Sabha election in Odisha, securing a dominant lead in 19 out of 21 seats, a substantial contribution to the party's national tally coming at a crucial time. Odisha's Lok Sabha map had completely odd node, except from the Biju Janata Dal, BJD and Congress managing to secure only one seat each. BJP's victory could not have come at a better time when the party was short of 33 seats to reach the halfway mark in the Lok Sabha. Election results 2024, UDF tops, BJP opens account in Kerala. Lok Sabha results at a glance. Congress workers celebrate the party's victory in the state in Kochi on Tuesday. The Congress-led United Democratic Front UDF emerged on the tops in the state by winning 18 of the 20 seats in the Lok Sabha election 2024 on June 4. Ending its electoral drought, the Bharatiya Janata Party opened its account by begging the Thrissur seat. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi in the Wayan Lok Sabha constituency and many other sitting MPs of the party and its allies retained their seats. Actor-turned politician Suresh Gopi, the BJP candidate in Thrissur, secured a comfortable margin of 74,686 votes in the Central Kerala constituency against his rivals V.S. Sunil Kumar of LDF and K. Muralidharan of UDF. The Hindu newspaper also states that Israel mourns the dead hostages as the major powers urge Gaza truce. Relatives and friends of Israel are held hostage by Hamas militants in the Gaza Strip during a rally in the center of Jerusalem. Under the proposal, fighting would stop for an initial 6 weeks and hostages would be swapped for Palestinian prisoners ahead of the start of rebuilding of Gaza. White House insists that the plan was Israel's own and not drafted by Washington. Israel on Tuesday mourned the 4 hostages confirmed dead inside war-torn Gaza as Western and West Asia powers thrive their support behind a trusty deal outlined by United States President Joe Biden. Washington said it would seek a United Nations Security Council resolution to back the 3-phase plan, which was welcomed by the group of 7 developed countries and by leading regional governments. News Times also states that will complete probe into Delhi excise policy by July 3. CBI enforcement drive tells Supreme Court. New Delhi, the Central Bureau of Investigation and Enforcement Directorate committed in the Supreme Court on Tuesday to complete their investigation and file final charge sheets in the Delhi excise policy case by July 3. News Times also states that Delhi High Court rejects businessman's bail plea in excise policy case. The Delhi High Court Tuesday rejected businessman Amandeep Singh Dala's bail petition, noting that the evidence collected by the Central Bureau of Investigation revealed Dal was instrumental and a part of the larger conspiracy in the alleged Delhi excise policy scam. News Times also states that rain in Bengaluru breaks 133-year-old record, brings IT hub to its knees. People make their way through the waterlogged road during the heavy rainfall in the Bengaluru. Bengaluru Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar on Monday laid out an action plan and instructed the officials concerned to work in tandem to avoid any untoward incident as Indian Meteorological Department predicted heavy rains in the Bengaluru in the next 24 hours. Shivakumar convened a meeting and took stock of the situation after the Karnataka capital witnessed its severity in the month of June with 111 mm rainfall by 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, breaching its 133-year record of highest single-day downpour of 101.6 mm on the June 16, 1891. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, India VIX up 24% to close at 26.75. The index, which is an indicator of the market's expectation of the volatility over the near term, soared 51% to 31.71 during the intraday trade. India VIX 9 or the fear index jumped 23.65% to close at 26.75, indicating heightened volatility after the Lok Sabha results showed below expected seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party. India 9 is a volatility index computed by the National Stock Exchange based on the order book of Nifty options. For this, the best period as quotes of near next month and Nifty options contracts, which are traded on the F&O segment of the National Stock Exchange, are used. Foreign portfolio investors stepped up selling in the run-up to elections, with China beckoning them again as an alternative investment destination. Foreign players pulled out around rupees 125,000 crore from the cash market, excluding IPO investments since January this year. Foreign portfolio investors FPI seems to have some indication about the outcome of the Lok Sabha elections as their selling in stocks intensified since January this year. The main trigger for the FPI selling has been the outperformance of the Chinese stocks. The Hang Seng Index boomed at 8% in the first half of the May, triggering selling in India and buying in Chinese stocks, according to the VK Vijay Kumar, Chief Investment Strategist, GeoJet Financial Services. AIML Markets bloodbath. FMCG stock log gains on consumption boost hopes. Retail Kent Avenue Supermarts Limited, which operates a chain of supermarkets under the D Mart, also closed 4% higher to rupees 4,525. On a day when both Sensex and Nifty 50 tanked by nearly 6%, key FMCG stocks, including Dabur, Hindustan Unilever, and Colgate Palmolive stood out with the significant gains. A shift in a focus boosting consumption can bring respite to FMCG majors, which have recently complained of sluggish consumption growth. Going towards the world news, including Biden loads out asylum restrictions a month in the making to help gain control of the border. Arizona voters will decide whether local police can arrest people for crossing the U.S.-Mexico border. Atlanta water system settled in repair on the day 5 of outages. Georgia's ruling party introduces the draft legislation curtailing LGBTQ plus rights. World leaders congratulate PM Modi on third term. Messages from the Mauritius, Maldives, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Italy, and the United States. United States commends India's parliamentary elections, stay neutral on the results. Going towards science and tech, China's spacecraft carrying rocks from the far side of the moon leaves the lunar surface. In this photo, released by the Xinhua news agency, a reply screen shows Change's 6 probe collecting samples on the moon surface at the Beijing Aerospace Control Center, BACC, in Beijing on June 4, 2024. China's Change's 6 probe collects moon samples from the far side, aiming to land astronauts on the moon before 2030. China says the spacecraft carrying a rock and soil samples from the far side of the moon has lifted off from the lunar surface to start its journey back to Earth. The center of the Change 6 probe lifted off on June 4 morning Beijing time and entered a present orbit around the moon, and the China National Space Administration said the Change 6 probe was launched last month and its lander touched down on the far side of the moon on June 2nd. Microsoft hit with the Australian privacy complaints over its education program. An Australian privacy advocacy group filed 2 complaints against Microsoft related to its online education software. Microsoft was targeted in two complaints related to its online education software by privacy advocacy group and OYB to the Austrian privacy watchdog. Microsoft on Tuesday found itself targeted in two complaints filed by privacy advocacy group NOYB to the Austrian privacy watchdog related to its online education software. The latest grievances leveled against the United States tech giant online educational programs came in the popularity during the COVID-19 pandemic as schools switched to remote teaching and students became online learners. The bacteria that write new genes to cope with the infections. A researcher hold up a plate showing a growth of the Klebsiella pneumonia bacteria from a positive blood culture December 14, 2019. Klebsiella pneumonia bacteria may use a newfound protein called NEO to stop a bacteriophage infection in its tracks. Amid the unprecedented challenges presented by the COVID-19 pandemic, a once obscure enzyme found itself in the spotlight. Reverse transcriptase as laboratories worldwide rushed to develop reliable diagnostic test techniques using the enzyme became the gold standard to detect the SARS-2 virus and a cornerstone of molecular diagnostics. This remarkable enzyme do not only facilitate rapid and accurate testing, along with another powerful approach, genome sequencing. It also helps help track the virus spread, paving the way for surveillance, better public health care, and vaccine development. TSMC says it has discussed removing fabs out of Taiwan, but such a move impossible. Taiwan's contract chip maker TSMC has held talks with its customers about whether to move its fabrication plants off the island. Taiwanese chip maker TSMC held talks with its customers about moving its fabrication plants off the island amid increased tensions with China, although such a move would be impossible. Taiwanese contract chip maker TSMC has held talks with its customers about whether to move its fabrication plants off its island amid increased tensions with China, although such a move would be impossible, a senior executive said on Tuesday, speaking to the reports after a company's annual shareholder meeting in the Henshu, where TSMC is headquartered. Chairman C.C. Wei said that given 80 to 90% of its production capacity is in Taiwan, it would be impossible to move the factories. At last, there is a famous quotation said by M.K. Gandhi, whose full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, birth anniversary 2nd October 1869, up to 30th of January 1948. Was a leader of the nationalism in British rule in India. He is more commonly called Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma is an honorific meaning great soul and venerable. In Sanskrit, he was first called this in 1914 in South Africa. He is also called the Bapu in India, Gujarati, and German for Father Papa. He was a martyr of the nation since 1948. Rabindranath Tagore gave him the title Mahatma. Gandhi was one of the most important people involved in the movement for the independence of the India. He was a non-violent activist who led the independence movement through the non-violent protest. Mr. Gandhi says a famous quotation. He says that the future depends on what we do in the present. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Okay, thank you.